Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Ljs Garage. I am sitting in a 2022 Jeep Cherokee, not to be confused with the Grand Cherokee. The cool thing about this is the Cherokee X, which Jeep says this is designed to take it to the extreme. I don't know exactly what that means, but we're going to find out today what this has to offer. With a starting price of about $34,000, this one option is right around the $39,000 mark, and I'm going to show you what you get with the Cherokee X, and then a few little extra bells and whistles that I think are pretty nice little add-ons to add if you're not, on a super tight budget. So let's talk specs. You're going to get a 3.2 liter V6. It makes 271 horsepower and 239 foot-pounds of torque. And the cool thing this year is that Jeep decided to make all the Cherokees pretty much all-wheel drive. There is a front-wheel drive option if you did want, and the benefit of going with the all-wheel drive is you're going to get the 9-speed automatic. But if you were to choose just front-wheel drive, you would get the 6-speed automatic, which is the older version of this automatic transmission. It's not as nice, not as smooth. I don't really recommend it. I would say if you can't afford it, go with the all-wheel drive, take the 9-speed automatic. 10 times out of 10, it's your best bang for your buck. The Cherokee X is awesome because it also has 8.7 inches of front ground clearance, and on top of that, Jeep's put a little 1-inch lift on there. And I know what you're thinking, 1 inch isn't really that much, but 1 inch is enough to get the job done when you're talking about off-roading. Because let's face it, most people aren't going to the extreme in a Cherokee or even in most of these Wranglers. A lot of the Wranglers don't ever really leave pavement, but for the times that you do, or the times where you do get inclement weather, this is capable and able to handle whatever you want to throw at it, or as Jeep says, the extreme. And on top of that, I think this looks pretty good. I would say that this looks good, especially considering the fact that I don't think the Cherokee is one of the best looking of the Jeep lineup. I think the Renegade is better looking, but I also think that the Compass with the new redesign is so much more handsome. So it all just depends what you like, but I don't think the Cherokee is necessarily ugly, but I think there's something about that front end that just looks kind of alienish to me. I don't know. What do you guys think? But now that we've covered specs, we'll hop on the outside, talk about a few things, and then we'll jump back in, talk about a few features, and I'll tell you how this thing drives. Let's go. All right, and so this is what the outside of the Cherokee X looks like if you haven't been able to tell, or if you have no idea what this looks like. So I do like this white color a lot, and I think the grille being blacked out looks pretty sharp in this, color combo. And I think the decals, which are another added bonus of going with the Cherokee X package, are pretty sweet looking as well. I mean, just take a look at this. This just says, I'm cool, without saying I'm cool. You are going to get these 17-inch wheels with these nice meaty tires on them, so, you're going to get plenty of traction whenever you do decide to take this thing with its 1-inch lift off, the beaten path. Up front, you're going to get nice headlights, fog lights, daytime running lights. All of that is pretty decent. Gets the job done. Like I said, mean grille, and you got your front radar sensors up front. I think that for $40,000, this is a good looking SUV / crossover, whatever you want to consider this, but it does compete with things like the Bronco Sport. So if you're kind of shopping for one of those, then this might be something to keep in mind. Side mirrors are going to be black as well. All right, on the back end, you're going to know you got the Jeep black emblem. You're going to have the 4-wheel drive and the old school font logo. I like that a lot. Then on the back, you're also going to notice that you got a tow hitch right there. And then since this does have the tow group package, you're going to see that you have all your wiring pins and everything already set up, and it's ready to tow. Now let's go ahead and open this up. Unfortunately, this doesn't have a power liftgate, but it does have hydraulic struts to help with that assist. And then in the back end, you'll notice you got a good bit of space. I'd say enough size to fit a couple bodies, if you're into that. And then underneath, you're going to have a full-size spare and plenty of little bit of storage under here for knickknacks and ding-dongs and whatever else you got. You're gonna have all-weather floor mats. Pretty sweet back here. Pretty sweet. And if you're wondering if the seats fold flat, let's go ahead and push this forward. And there you have it with the seat folded flat. So plenty of cargo space. And if you do need to, you could, go off-roading and put a air mattress back here. I'm sure that would be nice. All right, and now let's go ahead and fold this up, or close this up. Bam, bam. And that's the back of the Cherokee. Pretty solid, I would say. Special thanks to Jeff Wyler Jeep over here in Springfield, Ohio. If you're in that Columbus, Dayton area, be sure to stop in and ask for Jordy. He'll hook you up with anything Jeep that you need, Dodge, Kia, all of it. Jeff Wyler's got it all, and I appreciate that they let me film their cars. All right, so here I am in the back seat. These are legs, not hot dogs. This seat is set for me. I am 5'9" and some. and I'm sitting pretty comfortably back here. Let's show you guys what the headroom situation looks like. Plenty of headroom, and you'll notice this does have a dual sunroof, which is an additional option, but I think it's well worth it. So if you've got the extra little funds, or you need to sweet talk your significant other into spending a little extra, I'm all for dual panoramic sunroofs and all of those good things. So trust me, it makes the experience in here just that much better. But like I said, enough headroom. I'm not the tallest, but I'm also not the shortest, so 5'9", comfortably back here. Lots of space. The seat's set for me, and the materials, they're really nice. It's like a leatherette, and then they've got a little bit of cloth right in the inserts, but they feel pretty nice. Just enough bolstering. I mean, you can sit someone back here in the middle if you need to. You're gonna have vents back here, but you can only open and close them. But it is nice that at least you have rear climate vents, and you know, your rear passengers aren't suffocating back here or dying. Unfortunately, no map storage on this side, but you do have map storage right there. If you are someone that's worried about cup holders and things like that, there's cup holders here. And before I hop up front, take a look at what everything looks like. So pretty solid interior. Like I said, this is around $35,000 starting, so you can't expect the most crazy materials. But for $40,000, as this one is optioned, I think this is pretty well equipped. All right, so I'm sitting up front now. And before I get started, I want to show you guys something. Bam. So it does have remote start, so you can see that ×2 right there. But otherwise, yeah, this is how it is. So let's go ahead and start it up. And then over to the right hand side, you're going to notice that you do have this nice 8.4-inch touchscreen, which gets the job done. There is a 10-inch screen, but that's on the higher trims. But this, I think, does a great job. And just FYI, this one has the customer preferred package, the 26S as Jeep calls it. There's not too much to dive into. It's just normal basic vehicle information that you would find in here. You can see your music, you can see your miles per gallon, which if you're curious, this one does do 19 city and about 27 highway. So there's that. We'll talk about driver features in a little bit, but otherwise, simple steering wheel, normal controls, cruise control, all of that. On the backhand side, you're going to have volume controls and skip for your audio. So unfortunately, this still comes with the Uconnect 4 system, and the newer ones come with the Uconnect 5 system, as in if you get the 10-inch screen. But you can go into simple things, you can go into climate, and you can handle all that from here, which is very nice. I love the way that Jeep does this. It's one of my favorite systems. I like Uconnect a lot. Maybe because I'm a Jeep owner, this is all familiar to me. But you can control your heated seats from there, heated steering wheel from there. We would go into phone, and this is where you would have your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all available on all of the Cherokee models. All right, so let's talk about safety features. So you got forward collision avoidance, you got forward collision sensitivity you can adjust, lane sense sensitivity, lane sense strength, which is how much the car intervenes when you're drifting out of your lane. Blind spot monitoring is there. And then we can talk about your cameras and hill start assist, rain sensing wiper blades, tire fill assist. It pretty much has all the nice safety features that you do need in order to feel modern in the year 2022 moving into 2023. In here, you can see you've got different access to where your apps are if you click on apps, but there's different shortcuts in there. So if you wanted to go straight to your heated wheel, you could do it all from here, but you can add and hold and move these around, do as you please, customize it a little bit. We'll talk about the backup camera. So this is what the pixels look like. This is what the resolution is. So it's not quite 4K, but it gets the job done. It'll make sure that you don't hit anything. So I do like that. So taking a scroll down, this is where you'd have your lane departure. So you can turn that off, lane sense on and off. So as the icon tells you, if you're drifting out of your lane. And then down here, most of these buttons are pretty self-explanatory, but this is where you would have your stop start function. You could turn that off. I love that. At the end of the day, it is just single zone climate control, but honestly, that's good enough for most. Because this one does have Jeep's 4-wheel drive system / all-wheel drive system, there's a big debate on which it is, but Jeep calls it 4x4. That's what we're going to call it. They do have a bunch of different drive modes, so you can see auto, snow, sport, and mud. This doesn't have all the bells and whistles compared to the Trailhawk when it comes to off-roading, so you don't have, crawl modes and things like that, or, locking differentials, but this does a good job of mimicking all of the things that you need and giving you a capable Cherokee at a reasonable price point. All right, then you're gonna have cup holders here, center console there, bam, bam, glove box here, bam, bam, and that's it. Then up here, you're gonna have your rear view mirror. You do get a little glasses case in here, little glasses holder. Close that up. Oh, close. All right, got that. And then let's open this beauty up. That is pretty fast. That's the vent setting. We'll open it all the way. Close that all the way now. Leave that all the way open, you guys get it. Open the shade all the way though. Bam. And like I said, it just improves the atmosphere in here. You feel fancy. And just like that, that's pretty much what you're gonna get if you get a Cherokee X option this way. And if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to me, and I appreciate all the support, and I hope that you learned something, or, you know, maybe this swayed you towards the car or not towards the car. Either way, I hope that you guys do stay around for more. If you're familiar with anything RAV4, Bronco Sport, the Ford Escape, it drives just like any crossover SUV styled vehicle. There's nothing that's a huge highlight. Blind spots aren't bad. The safety features aren't a huge pain. They're actually very welcome. I enjoy having all of the driving assistance. I mean, speed, this is not the fastest, but it's also not very slow either. I think it does a great job of getting in and out of its way. And when it comes to handling, I mean, it's fine. It is a crossover, so it handles car-like, and it doesn't feel like a giant SUV. So it's got all the benefits of being in this genre category of vehicle, and I don't really have any huge, you know, dings. It all depends what you're looking for, but like I said, that's all I've got for you guys on the Cherokee X. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks again.